Okay. Hi, my name is Alan Antonio. I would like to extend my hope in that you are doing well and holding in there, especially in these unsurmounted times. But first, I would like to thank you and the staff for giving me the opportunity to reach out and share my experience of what I had at Paloma Valley High School. I am more than honored to be given the chance again to interact with some fellow Wildcats. So, without delay, a little bit of my background. I was a prior student, of course. I am now an alumnus of the class of 2020. So I graduated not too long ago. I participated in a variety of activities, notably concert and marching band for about 2 years. Cross country a year after that. I was in a few clubs here and there, but I don't really remember all of them, and I won't say all of them just due to the sake of time. I was in the California Scholarship Federation. I was a president at the National Honor Society in my senior year. I was also a cadet for 4 years in the NJRTC program, and I graduated as the battalion commander. Lastly, I was a peer college counselor for 2 years. So I really worked heavily with Mrs. Solis, peer college counselor, of course, and a team of extremely knowledgeable students who really made an effort to make a career/college going culture. And I'll delve into that a bit more deeper later. So now currently, I am a first year student at the University of San Diego. Don't get that mixed up with UCSD and SDSU because it's actually completely different. I promise. Just you need to look it up. And I'm hoping to pursue a degree in international relations along with a minor in Chinese. So as for my experience in Loma Valley, I can confidently say I was where you all are right now, and I can still vividly remember how my experience as a junior and senior during those years. And I can also say that they were extremely impactful, probably one of the most important years of my life. That much I can tell you. So I am sure you all know that junior and senior year are the most important years of your high school career. In all seriousness, that is extremely true. But I don't say this to reinforce the fact that you need to make your college list, keep track of your college application deadlines, make yourself competitive for college acceptance, register and do well for your SAT and ACT and all that gibberish. I say this because this is the time for you to find yourself, and junior and senior year is the peak accumulation of that knowledge and wisdom that you have attained over a sum total of 11 to 12 years of knowledge, of education and experience. I say this with all matter of importance because you, like me, are young adults, and no matter what people may say to you, you are mature enough to make decisions for yourself. And these 2 years of your high school career are going to be the most important time for you to find who you are and what you want to do. Talk about an identity crisis, but hang in there, you'll get there. But continuing, there are a few statements of wisdom I would like to share with you that would help you in the long run, and that is transparency, awareness, grit, and equity. So with transparency, I'm sure that most of you in engineering and science know who Dr. Heine is. Great guy. I had him for 3 years, I think. It's really crazy how that happened. Sorry. So I think I went off tangent. So Mrs. Aguero is a great teacher as well. But I'm sure you know if you had experience with Dr. Heine, he had a really profound passion of holding important lessons in some way. And one of these days he quoted that it is okay to be vulnerable. And that stuck with me for a very long time because if you dive in deeper to the message of this quote, just realize that you are not alone and will never be alone. There are people out there who are willing to help you get to where you need to be. In other words, there are more people that can relate to you in more ways than you may assume. So make sure you realize that and remain open. So leading into awareness, my experience in AP US history was very interesting, I know, because I was classed with an extremely unique teacher, Mr. Dale. Great guy. You might not know it, but there are people out there who are willing to expose you to things that you might not have known. And that those people are specifically your teachers, your counselors, your staff members, and your friends. They're the ones who teach you life lessons, teach you experiences, and how to think of certain things critically. And a good portion of knowledge that I received from this teacher is that society is structured for a specific reason. So it is paramount that you make it a continuous effort to acknowledge what is not included in it. And I'm sure you'll find that in the long run. So I don't want to get too deep into that. Grit. A great portion of my time at NJROTC has made me who I am now, definitely. Master Sergeant Pueblo once said, potential is innate. Regardless of how incapable you may be or how you think you may be, you have potential for greatness, and only you can realize that and tap into it. So in a matter of saying, persevere through your hardships and stay hungry for success. That's what's going to get you through in the long run. Equity. Okay, so this last term, I did not learn this word until I was a peer college counselor with Mrs. Solis. So I am very grateful that she educated me in what this term was. In a matter of saying, it is really important to know that there is a difference between what is fair and what is equal, especially in a society of extreme difference. Fairness is really significant and is detrimental to people's lives. So if you hold that to a great account, I'm sure you'll succeed. I emphasize these words and meanings because it has helped me succeed in not only my current life goals, but my development as a good and overall person in this community. Because of it, I now pursue a major milestone of my lifelong dream, which is serving the military. And at the moment, I'm pursuing a $200,000 scholarship at a private university fully funded by the United States Marine Corps. This means my tuition, my books, housing, meals, and even studying abroad are all paid for. And I don't even have to pay a single penny for any of it. Though there is a little price you do have to serve after your years of education, it's still a sacrifice I've been looking forward to for a very long time. I say all of this because I know that some of you are still struggling to find what you want to do, or just struggling to find who you are in general. But I encourage you to try your hand at these pathways of applying for a four-year university, community college, even joining the military or pursuing a career technical education. Just any way of higher education will help benefit you more in life. There's so much more to learn, and improvement is constant and never ending. So make sure you take advantage of that. Especially for I know there's a myth for being pressured to apply for UCs and Cal States. Don't worry about that. You have resources with you, your counselors or friends or teachers who are willing to help you get to where you want to be, not just apply for college. But there are so many resources that you must take advantage of to help you get to that. So even if you're not sure, all are great ways to introduce you to a plethora of choices to your fitting. Honestly, you will never know until you try. So if you have any questions, please reach out to your counselors and friends. Be transparent and use the resources, and they are extremely helpful because, Mrs. Solis is actually an email and phone call away, so don't be afraid to communicate with her and your counselors. I know this process takes a lot of patience, but I just want you to know that you have my full support. And I wish you the best on the final completion of your years in high school because they're going to be very important and impactful to your life as it was for me. So stay strong, and you got this.